All right, artists, today we are going to be working on a drawing, and you're going to be drawing lines a little bit differently than you have in the past. So at the drive-thru, what you're going to need to grab is a thick Sharpie, a button, and a white piece of paper. Because we're using Sharpie, you're also going to need to grab a messy mat. First thing you need to do is write your name, Mrs. C, and your class code. Flip it over, and we're ready to start drawing. So to draw our lines today, you're going to be using this button. And to guide the button or to create the lines, you're going to be guiding the button across your paper using the Sharpie. So I have the button on my paper, any old place. Usually it's nice to start in the middle so you've got somewhere to draw. And as I push the button with my Sharpie, I'm creating a line. This kind of line is called a free form or organic line. It doesn't really have a name. It's not like a zigzag line or wavy or castle. It kind of just goes wherever it wants. The button can't really have a plan. If you're thinking, I want it to look like this, maybe it needs to be curved or like a C or go from up to down, you might not really be able to control that very well. This button seems to have a mind of its own while I'm drawing, and that's part of the fun of this style of art making. I can just relax and let the button go wherever it goes. If the button goes off my paper, I just bring it back to the middle and start drawing again. As I'm drawing, I'm letting my mind relax, letting my body calm down. I'm just focusing on pushing that button and getting it to move across my paper. When my paper is filled with lines, I'm ready to come back and start filling in some of those sharp corners and round them out. But first, if I see any lines, I might just connect them or jag them off the page. Lines that just kind of end in the middle of nowhere so that they have a start and a stop. So looking right here, I see a sharp angle. I don't want any sharp angles today. I'm gonna have them all be rounded. So what I did to round that is I just drew kind of like a curve, and I'm gonna fill that in with Sharpie, and I could even kind of fill this in a little bit thicker so that it gradually changes from thick to thin. I'm gonna go around and do that to each one of these intersections or each one of these sharp angles. So everything feels round and smooth. Once I have smoothed out all of those corners with my Sharpie, all of those intersections are now rounded. Take one final look, because I was just about ready to move on to the next step and I saw one more little area. Oh, there's another one. It's kind of one of those things you could look at forever and ever and still find another spot to touch up. If you want to make some lines thicker and some lines smoother, go ahead, you're the artist, you get to kind of decide how this is going to look, okay? So if you really want some thick lines, go ahead and make them thicker. If you like them all kind of varied, some thin, some thick, leave it as it is. But it's up to you, you're the artist. These are going to look really cool because everybody's is going to be really different, but kind of similar because we use that button to draw. When you feel like your lines are looking good and you're ready for the next step, you're gonna get some paints. And from the sink, you're gonna need to grab 4 fingers of water, brushes for your table partners, and the tray of white tray of paints, okay? To get the paint, I dip in the water, swipe it on the lip, and swipe in the paint. Dip, wipe, swipe. Now, as you paint today, you're not gonna just paint the whole paper one color. You're gonna start to come in and find these little shapes. They look kind of like puddles to me that were formed with the lines, and you're gonna paint those in with your colors. Whatever colors you would like, changing as many times as you would like. You're the artist, you decide. My favorite color is purple, so maybe I'm gonna have a lot of purple in this artwork, but maybe just a little bit of orange. That's my second favorite color. Maybe you wanna use all the cool colors or just all the warm colors. Maybe you're gonna go Roy G. Biv and have it change subtly from red to orange to yellow to green to blue. There's a lot of possibilities. With that ballerina brush, I'm really careful just to fill in those little puddles. I'm not trying to let it escape to another area, so that they each look like little shapes. All right, I'm going to stop there and let you get started. I can't wait to see how your lines, your freeform lines with your button, your curves, and your colors turn out.